So I think I just started streaming. You should be able to see it. Just had my Dragonfly and this. Get wrecked. And my Freelancer. I left those on Hurston. We're going to retrieve this. A7. I was on Hurston earlier and ended up stopping because I have 3 monitors now and I couldn't stream with the 3 monitors set up. So here we are. But I'll show you how long it takes to quantum to Hurston. And while I'm quantuming, I have to go to the restroom because I got myself so excited I really have to pee now after seeing Hurston for the first time. We'll see what frames. I was getting about 20 frames when I was in Hurston before with the 3 monitors running at 5760 by 1080. So we'll see what it gets me now. Going on? My Mobiclass. There we go. So here we are, Port Olisar, Crusader, Daymar, Selen, Yella. Here's basically what the game's been for a long, long time, since 3.0. Is just these circles right here, and then also we have Delamar, which has Levski. If you zoom out, and you keep zooming out, you see the whole Stanton system centered around the sun right there. From here we can go to Hurston, and then we're getting ArcCorp and Microtech in the future. But right now, if we double click on Hurston, you can see what's been added. Aberdeen, Ida, Magda, and Ariel. We're going to go to Hurston, so I'm going to set my route. Looks like I have the amount of fuel, which I was actually worried about. Go ahead and spool and calculate this. And now we're going to be in quantum for like 5 minutes as we pass. So bye-bye to Hurston. Bye-bye to Crusader. off in the distance there. So we have to pass the sun to get to Hurston. So you'll see it eventually, like, pass through our ship. Shows you how massive this map actually is. If you bring up your Mobi glass, when you zoom out, you can actually like watch yourself on your path. But it is quite the jump there. It is quite the trek. Alright, I'm gonna go use the restroom, and by that time, we'll be past the sun and hopefully to Hurston. Hey, welcome to the chat, Chris L. I just got back. It says, do you need 32 gigs of RAM for this game? No, right now, my computer, if you look at the top right, it shows what the current load and peak RAM is right now I'm using about 13 gigs. I'm using all of my GPU memory currently. Well, most of it. But yeah, about 14 gigs total. 16 gigs you'll be able to run this game. I have 32 just because I bought 32 when I built this PC. And it doesn't help, or it definitely helps to have more. This isn't the fastest RAM either, so probably not the best. So we just arrived at Hurston. As you can see, it is big. We're further out than we are on most moons. And so we can do a couple of things. I've been to Lorville, and I want to go back there for you guys. I believe that's it right there. Yep. It's located if you are warping from Crusader or Port Olisar up and to your right of the planet most of the time. I don't know if this planet rotates, so it could move. I imagine it does, but right now, at least from Olisar, it seems to be where it's been. Honestly, Chris L, the GPU, the RAM, and the CPU are going to be your biggest kind of like triangles of push and pull on this game. You want kind of like an equilibrium between the three. This isn't a new system by any means also, so like a newer system would handle this game a lot better, but my system handles it pretty well for how old it is. The 1070 is the newest thing on this system. Everything else is previous generation. And I guess now it's like 2 generations ago, but like I run this game, I just switched over before I started streaming. I was running 3.3.5 in 5760 by 1080 on a triple monitor setup, and I was getting in Hurston 15 to 25 frames a second. It seems to be what most people are getting. I was getting the stable like 17.5 most of it. Excuse me. So let's just pull out. You can see this city from space. Like, look at that. That is a city that apparently, when they demoed this in CitizenCon, they said this city right here in the middle of the screen was as big in real life as the city of Austin. So I don't know if that's true right now. I'm sure somebody will test that here, but that building alone can be seen from space, and that's what I really wanted. I was like, if I'm driving and I see this city pop in, it's going to be very immersion breaking. But you can see it from space. You can even make out like the details on the side. Like, let's zoom in. You can really like tell that there's something there. There's some substance to the city. It's not just a texture. And actually what I want to do is, I want to come in here, I'm going to come in here to these mountains, because there's like these, you kind of see them. See these little tiny clusters? That's what, I think he mentioned, Chris Roberts in the presentation, maybe even not this CitizenCon, I think it was a previous one where they teased Lorville. Eventually they're going to have like the train system that connects it all in a real life transit system. I was going around the trains earlier, and it's pretty in-depth. Like, it got to the point where I started getting frustrated because I was waiting on the train, and I was like, is the train delayed? Like, what's going on? Like, there's a real-life situation that I was having in the game of the trains, which is kind of hilarious, but eventually I guess it's going to be like you're going to be able to go to multiple different routes. Right now there's kind of like a linear route that has multiple routes to different gates, but you definitely can get lost, so be careful. So I'm going to go in here real quick and adjust my key bindings so that I can do some of these camera controls for you guys easier. And this is going to let me give you a little better view of everything as we come in here. I don't know how far away we are. So for those people who do not know, Hurston and Loreville, the large city we just saw on Hurston, it's a planet that's been strip mined. Think of it as Earth after all the industry wreaks havoc everywhere. So there's still life on the planet. Life can still be around and not necessarily flourish, but it's sustained here right now. A lot of that is artificially, but there's some beautiful areas from what I've seen that I'm looking to explore. Welcome Dominic Salazar. He says, I run it with 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, if you have 16 gigs of like fast new RAM, DDR4, it's probably more than enough for this game. Alright, let's slow down here. Are these trees loading in? No, these are like... What are these? These little like mining... oil miners? Oil pumps or something? That's cool. So yeah, this whole area looks like it's I'm gonna try something for you guys. I have actually no, I'm not. All my lights are off. The head tracking won't work. I apologize. I want to play with my lights off right now. This is very cool. But there is head tracking now also in the game, and voice and face over IP, and I've tested it and it works pretty well. That's very pretty actually. See, this is where I think some of these starter ships and these smaller ships are really going to excel, is in atmosphere flight. Is if you're trying to fly a big ship and constantly land on these atmospheres, it's not going to go near as easy as with something like this. So let's head towards Loreville. Which, as you can see, there's my previous ships from my previous life. I landed here, but it didn't work out so well. My freelancer kind of went vertical and just glitched out, so I just hopped out. But we're just going to do a slow cruise. I'm getting about 20 frames a second. I'm sure there's a lot of people like messing around right now, but that's not that bad considering this is the first iteration of this PTU build. This Aurora doesn't handle half bad. Let's try to get in a bit closer. Let's see what we can see. Let's go up to like 50 throttle. Should get us to about 100. 53 or 54 gets us to about 100 on the Aurora. Let me know if there's anything you guys necessarily want to check out on Loreville or any of these new systems. I want to check out the moons eventually, but we'll go to the city for sure. That's where we're headed now. This is very Arizona. There's some parts southeast and southern parts of Arizona outside of Phoenix that are strip mines, copper mines like this. It's very reminiscent of those. see just all of the, I mean, this isn't a natural occurring, we're in a giant strip mine right now. A canyon that's been carved out. And then eroded away, probably because of the industry and all the toxic rain here. Oh, whoa. Whoa. I think we encountered a bug here. Or did I just pass out? Oh no. Ah, this is the bug. I remember this bug. Right? This has been a bug before. I guess we're going in third person from now on. Till we get out of this ship. So we're approaching the first little city. I think. Yeah, now our frames are just tanking. This is worse than I was here before. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try landing. See if we can do anything about this. Oh, now we're fine. How bizarre is that? So is it my landing gear that does it? Who knows? Alright, we won't worry about it now. Fixed itself. Let's gain a little altitude here. See, now we're approaching a restricted area, so now we have to worry about air traffic control. I don't know what happens exactly when you get, like, the beeping. Very Blade Runner-esque. See, now we're like really pissing them off. Flying above their workshop. More restricted airspace. Oh, there's the bug. It's coming back. So yeah, you see all the oil pipelines just everywhere all over this city. I've got some terrible lag from streaming for whatever reason. Kinda sucks. I have a terrible ping right now. I wonder if it's because I'm on Australian servers. I'll try to land and then I'll try to respawn. Oh, somebody doesn't like that. I think this is where I ended up yesterday. Or earlier, not yesterday. I actually think my dragonfly is like sitting right outside this place. Yeah, people were talking about the train. Yeah, my dragonfly's down there. Yeah, I'm getting terrible ping. God awful frames. Let me see if anybody knows how to save. So here's customs. This is super bad ping. But you walk through customs and then you get greeted to the first area. This is kind of your default map of the area. You'll find these all around. They're pretty helpful. We are what I believe is one of these gates. So you come into the gates, you get centered here, and then I believe we're right here right now. This looks to be another player. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not if he's doing that. At the end of this line, there's Tessa, or Tessa, or however they're gonna end up making that pronounced. And then this line right here is obviously off limits, I think, at the moment. I don't know. I haven't been this way. We could try it. I think industry line. Whoa. What's going on here, man? We really need the female character model in this game. We need to bring women to the universe in mass. To Metro Center, to Metro Center. So these transit platforms 1 and 2 is what we're on right now. Boys. So this takes you to, you can look at what it takes you to. Next train arriving in that many seconds. That takes you to the perimeter line, that takes you to the perimeter line. There's a bunch of indecisive AI in this game. They just go around looking for stuff. So honestly what I need to do is I need to land my ship here. So I can die here. So I can log off. And then respawn here on a server that's closer to me. So here's where you can spawn your ships. The little ones. And then you run out here. And they would appear out in these little garages that are on the right and left side of Lorville. I think I have the power still. And the spaceport's way over there, so we're gonna find out what happens. Oh! You get blown up. Get blown up by air traffic control if you step the wrong way. I think we're going to spawn back in Crusader. Let's see. Or not at all. No, here we go. So we're going to exit to menu. I'm going to try to join the North American servers. It's either going to be the best thing I do or the worst thing. I'm also going to try to add Citaro. See if he, because I believe he's streaming. Did that just crash my game? Adding somebody to the contact list is a bug. I guess so. Alright, I'm not going to stream anymore. I'm going to play this because I want to play it in the full frames I can get. But I'm going to record a bunch and I will post some to this channel. So if you guys are interested, definitely check back.